All right, Gabriel, thank you so much for being on the Parks Academy with us. We are really, really happy to have you on the show. Uh,
Same.
your artwork is awesome, and when we came across it, it was just I felt like we needed to have you as one of our guests on the artist spotlight. And I also have to let you know you are our last guest in this series, so we're
Oh,
really happy to have
what?
you.
Oh, the pressure's on now.
No,
The
there's
the
no
fi-
there's
the
zero
big
pressure.
finale.
But we were fitting in a couple more people. We wanted to do, I think, six in total. And when I saw your stuff, I'm like, we got to get you on the show. So thank you so much
Yeah,
for
I'm
coming
glad
on.
to
I'm
be
I'm
here.
really, yeah, really happy to have you.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
here's the thing. This is what caught my attention about you specifically when I saw your stuff was you had this really great self portrait with Mickey Mouse just like celebrating, and you were talking about how you started your artist career as a Disney sketch artist, and that a lot of the people that we've worked with, they've or have interviewed, they've been like at the Festival of the Arts, or they're independent artists, or they have like their
Yeah.
own FD shop where they do art. But you are like working for the mouse, like you're doing it.
Yep.
Tell me about that. I would love to hear about your journey and how you got there. And the reason I'm asking is because we have a lot of young artists who are aspiring
Hmm.
to do this kind of thing, and you're a younger guy who
Yeah.
seems like you've done it. So I'd love to hear about that journey and what that's been like for you.
So the cool thing is be with the company for like almost for 2 years now. But I wasn't hired to be a sketch artist at first. I was doing like food and beverage at a
Okay.
resort at first. But I did my 1 year. I was like, it had to be some way that I could actually, get into the art of Disney. So I reached out a couple artists over by the merchandise called Main Gate, and I found me a mentor over there. And pretty much I worked with the mentor like for a whole 5 months or so. Then he's like, "Hey man, there's a spot opening over by Animal Kingdom." So I was like, "Can I,
Wow.
kind of at least try to like, try like this place like basketball tryouts." So
Yeah.
they got
Right.
all these artists up there, trying to get this position. So they look at your portfolio and stuff, and the rest is history.
Okay. So have you been drawing for a really long time? Because as I've sort of looked through
Yes,
your Instagram page, it seems like it just keeps on
yes.
going and going and going with your artwork that you've done.
How long we got? That's the
Go
question.
for
Because
it. I got plenty of time.
yeah, yes. So, um, yeah, I've been drawing my whole life. It's a life passion for me. I always want to, be in film of like Disney. That's like my main final goal of being an artist is being in multiple films. As a character designer, I love the designing. I picked up drawing from my sister.
Okay.
Shout out to my older sister. She was in fashion and she, draw these cool costumes. So I was just trying to follow her footsteps, but cartoon came into my life and like I was like, oh, Sam, I want to, do this for a living. And it's crazy too, because like they say like, oh yeah, follow your dreams and stuff, go do whatever.
Right.
And I wanted to do that. And my family didn't support it at first. That's
Oh,
the sad
really?
thing.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
um, because like they're like, all right, if you want to do this, who you want to go to college? Who's gonna pay for it? How you gonna come up with the money? This all
Right.
that other stuff come with it.
Did
And I
you
was like,
did you study
I
like, did you go to
study.
art school? Is that what,
Yes,
okay, cool.
yes. So I went to art school for 5 years over in California, right in
Was it
Hollywood.
okay, I was gonna ask, was it Cal Institute of the Arts? Because I know that's like the big Disney art place.
Um, no, it was like the Arts Institute of Hollywood,
Oh yeah, yeah, those
right?
are everywhere, right?
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. So it was in the school I went to over there in California. It was literally down the street from Walt Disney Animation Studios.
Yeah,
So like we
that's
had these
awesome.
like these visits here and there, and like I was making connections with directors and designers over there. So that was like a big old plus for me to
Right.
keep pursuing what I want to do and had like faith in myself to keep going. So
That's cool.
yeah, and on my last year, the school shut down, and I was staying in student housing out there. So I was like, I'm pretty much homeless at this point.
Oh my gosh.
but but I was like so passionate, said I gotta do this.
Uh-huh.
I gotta keep this up. I gotta stay close within Walt Disney World
Mhm.
as close as possible. So I stayed with my buddy Jose with his family. They had like a small apartment, but he let me stay in his room with him. And I finished out school in a different school area.
Okay.
And once I got done, I went back home just to give a break because a lot just happened.
Mhm.
And um, and that I worked a little bit like at Walmart, Amazon.
Mhm.
Then I finally applied to another application of Walt Disney, and they was like, "Oh yeah, congratulations, you have received like a was it interview with us. Do you like to accept
Wow.
this?" Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Of
I
course. I
was
mean,
like,
it's
"Why
Disney.
not?"
Why would you not want it? If
Yes,
you're into
yes.
animation or drawing, has Disney always kind of been the goal for you or yeah.
Yes, it always been like even though I was like visiting other studios at the time, um, I was like, if I'm gonna do this, I gotta go big or go home,
Mhm.
pretty much. And
Yeah.
Disney is the top one, and they pretty much they like the god tier
Yeah,
of
no,
like,
that's I mean that seems like it's kind of
yeah.
the end goal for so many people. Let me
Hmm.
ask you this. So much of what I see you're doing is like you said sketch artist. So you're doing a ton of
Hmm.
artwork that is, by pen or pencil or whatever.
Yes.
So one of the things that I also noticed too is was in that realm like the Mickey Mouse that you've drawn that I've seen a lot of in your portfolio and your work seems to be like
Hmm.
that kind of new wave Mickey Mouse from the Wonderful World.
The TV, yeah,
Yeah,
animation
and
TV.
my thinking is that they that has to be a digital
Yes.
guy. So how does that like translate then into your art if it's digital? I mean, how does that translate from the sketching, or are you doing digital art as well? Like what does that look like?
I do both. I do mostly traditional. That's where mostly like any recruits looking for is like traditional work. That's a big old plus for anybody that's like listen to this podcast that wants to get into like the actual like Disney feel of artistry.
Hmm.
They always look for traditional, but it's really cool to like to show off and like put it in digital as well and post it
Right.
on your any social media. But yeah,
Yeah.
like I did this one last night. I don't know if you see it or not, but I did like
Oh yeah,
like
I'm
a
gonna have to like
Pumbaa.
screen
Yeah.
capture that and put it in our show notes. That's really cool. It's a little bit dark because they're wearing the Pumbaa as like a headpiece,
Yeah.
but that's neat. I'm into that. That's
So
really cool.
yeah, I was thinking about as the merchandise hat. You know how like the Donald Duck
Hmm.
merchandise hat? Like I was
Yeah,
thinking of that way.
that would have been really
Like why not
cool.
just put it on the like a hat? But
Who was wearing it? It looked like who was wearing it?
Elsa.
That's what I thought. It looked like Elsa. Yeah. So for those of you listening, what he showed me was a sketch that he did of Elsa wearing a Pumbaa like Pumbaa head, almost like a raccoon skin on your head or something like they'd wear in like Davy Crockett or whatever. That's funny. That's really, really good. Yeah, because another thing that too is there's all these documentaries out on Disney Plus that I've watched that have to
Yeah.
do with you know the like artists who drew for films like Beauty and the Beast and The Little Mermaid and
Hmm.
kind of this Disney Renaissance era of film before digital really started taking over. And it almost seems like there's not really a lot of space for that left anymore. With people actually sketching out imagery and then having
Yeah.
those turned into a film. But it's still I'm really glad to hear that they're still encouraging that type of skill set to be
Yeah.
utilized.
So for anybody that want to like do like take the route that I've took, there's a actual page on Instagram called the Rise Up Animation where you could
Mhm.
find any mentor from Disney, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network. They partner you up with mentors and they could work on your portfolio so you could actually, get a shot, to
Okay.
be
Yeah.
like where, yeah, it's very helpful because I feel like without them, I would never be in the position where I'm at now. So,
Yeah.
and I'm still in the organization of like
Mhm.
build my portfolio and
Right.
because the grind don't stop. Even though I'm with
Well,
Disney, the grinds don't stop.
yeah, and it's I mean, you never really do. I feel like personally anyway, I've had ran my own business for a decade, and
Mhm,
I'm photographer and do all kinds of things like that are helpful to web development and art and stuff like that.
mhm.
And I feel like you never really arrive. You're just kind of always
Yeah,
building upon what you've learned and continuing to kind of
yeah.
grow and grow. And so,
Mhm,
yeah, I mean, even when, you see these guys who have been at Disney for 30, 40 years, and they're still like, oh, I
yeah,
just, I'm still doing my best. And it still is magical to
yeah.
work on these pictures and this
Mhm,
art that I get to do every single day.
mhm.
So that's really, really cool.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about how you uh, I saw a lot of stuff about the animation experience that you're
Yes.
running. I think it's at the conservation area in Animal
Yes.
Kingdom. How did that all come about? And what's that like? I mean, teaching those classes and helping
So
people learn
it's
how to
pretty
draw.
much just like, oh, sorry, sorry.
No, no, no.
Uh,
Go ahead, please.
so it's a at least 35 or 25-minute drawing class,
Hmm.
depending on the character, how difficult it is. But it's just pretty much a step-by-step drawing like Disney characters, like Piglet, Pumbaa, Timon. It's
Yeah.
very fun. Like each art is there's 9 artists, and like each artist have their own personality, how they teach and stuff.
Hmm.
So this very, very cool. While you teach the class, there's like a vet hospital. You could check out the animals that's getting checked up on behind you.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
That's awesome. That area is actually one of the reasons that Paige was really disappointed that she couldn't be on this episode. Unfortunately, today is she is such a huge Animal Kingdom's her favorite park, and that whole area with like the vet and stuff really
Yeah.
inspired her to, um, kind of grow her passion for conservation and rescuing animals and taking care of them. And
Hmm.
she has a story about when she was a little kid, going to Animal Kingdom and seeing like the vets rescuing a turkey who had swallowed a golf ball. So there's like it's such a cool area, and one of the
Yeah.
things I like too about the artwork you're doing is it's for the experience anyways. It seems like it's very Animal Kingdom based,
Yes.
with like Bambi and I'm forgetting the name of the fox from Fox and the Hound.
Todd.
Todd.
Todd the
Hey, there it
Copper.
is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like all these kind of characters. Do you get to pick those yourself, or are those sort of
uh,
preset for you, or is it based on what skill you have and who you like to draw the most?
it's pretty much randomized. Like, once you come in, we find out who we draw. We don't get to pick, so we just have to stay on our 10 toes down and
Yeah.
get ready to draw. But we are like very trained of the facts of the animals and stuff. So it's very cool to to learn and
Hmm.
teach, and like to teach drawing at the same time. So it's I really like it there.
That's cool. Is there a particular character that you've done that you really preferred over another?
Judy Hopps.
Okay, it's funny. I
I love
literally
Zootopia.
just pulled up her picture on your page and was looking at it. Um,
I love Zootopia characters.
yeah, they're so dynamic and interesting. That's cool. I've done the animation experience in California Adventure, sort of on the Hollywood
Mhm.
Sunset area. And I was miserable at it. Hey, we did it, I think, 2 or 3 times
I
on one of our last visit there, and I was so bad at it.
I did
But
it. I went out there last summer, and they had no guidelines. They had no guidelines. It's just a blank sheet of paper, and
yeah.
you just had to go for it. See, with us, we got like guidelines, so we could make it a lot more easy, less
Hmm.
stressful, enjoyable for like the kids or adults,
Oh,
to
see,
just to follow on.
I need to do that one.
And
That's
I
the one I
always
need to do.
encourage like people, like everybody know how to draw. It's just the
Uh,
guidelines that's really hard to get placed to have the actual drawing. But everybody can draw.
okay.
This needs a good teacher.
I feel slightly cheated that I didn't get to do that. Well, I'll have to do that next time I'm in Animal Kingdom because I didn't get to do that. Like we had to, one of our lessons was drawing Stitch, and I write really small. I'm notorious for like having very very tiny handwriting and stuff. And when we
Hmm.
finished, Paige had this good looking Stitch that was normal sized, and mine was probably like the size of a quarter. It was just really really
Uh-huh.
small, and I didn't mean to make it so small. But it was this tiny little really like mini Stitch, which is whatever. It looked fine, and you
See
could tell who
about
it
that.
was. So
See about that. When you take that drawing and turn to digital, you could scale it up.
yeah,
Then you'd
vectorize
be
it or
all right.
something. Right,
Yeah.
exactly. That's really cool. So yeah, that how did you end up doing that animation experience to begin with? Was it like were you just brought in, or was it something you were interested in doing?
I was very interested into it. I see me. I was elite. It was like four people. Like I said before, it was like tryouts. There's like a drawing test before you get the actual position.
Hmm.
So they sat us in a room and they're like, all right, here, draw. I don't know, draw Simba, and we drew Simba, and they had another character. We got like to draw within 25 minutes. And
Wow.
while they look up portfolio, um, I got my portfolio that got me hired. Actually, it's right here. I'm holding up Daisy, by the way.
Okay,
Like
yeah, that's cool.
they was looking
I'm
at
literally
my
gonna have to put a lot of these in show notes, but this is also gonna be on YouTube too, so people can see it visually. But yeah, let's
yeah.
see.
So they just look at my drawings while I was
Mhm.
doing like Simba and some other drawing within 25 minutes. Then they
Wow.
was like, all right, they asked me like regular interview questions. Why do you
Hmm.
want to be here? And like,
Yeah.
what motivates you? I was like, I went through a lot. I've been homeless like two times,
Hmm.
and I just want to be here and just like, just to draw. That's what I'm passionate in. Not trying to go back home.
Yeah. Sure.
I want to prove everyone that if you just follow your passion, you could get anywhere you want to be. So
That's amazing. That's really
yeah.
cool. And so for you, it is obviously with the work you're doing in Animal Kingdom, it stands to reason that you're in Florida. Um,
Hmm.
I mean, would you prefer to kind of be in like, the Walt Disney Studio in Southern California, or is that like a goal of yours to maybe kind of move
Um,
over that way?
Wherever the journey takes me, I'm just enjoying my time right now.
Okay, that's a good answer. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm just
sure.
enjoying my time. I met my beautiful girlfriend in Florida right now. I got my own place. It's like
Nice.
life is
Yeah.
good right now.
Hey, you cannot ask for anything more than that. And you've got the job you want. And so many people, I think, would be just dying to work for Disney. I mean, that
Yeah.
especially the caliber that you're doing. I mean, it's one of the things too that, like I said, that really sort of impressed me about what you were doing and your page and speaking to you before we set up this call was a lot
Hmm.
of the people that we've spoken with, they've been at the Festival of the Arts for, they've been going for almost a decade or since it started, and they've been, Disney artists for years and years and years, and they have these really
Hmm.
seasoned, careers. Or
Yeah.
they've been doing art for a very long time, and they just got into Disney art, but it feels like with you just really started kind of cutting your teeth at this, your career. And
Hmm.
the fact that your kind of first steps into a career is with one of the biggest companies in the world, doing one of the main staples that that they are known for, which is
Hmm.
animation and art. That's just I mean, that's incredible. I hope you're really proud of yourself, because that's a really big accomplishment.
Yeah, I sacrifice a lot, man, and it's like just to see the word that pays it off too, and just to enjoy the my surroundings is like incredible. And
Yeah,
I just want to, I just don't want to have no regrets.
I hear
Towards
you. Yeah,
yeah, I just want to just go full in and just like yeah, just be grateful what I am doing.
totally. That's great. That's really, really cool.
Yeah.
Is there like an animation studio for like Disney Studios in Florida? 'Cause I don't think I've ever really heard of that.
No, but I heard word that they trying to bring it like animators to Florida, but
I've heard that
uh,
too. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I
Mhm.
really don't know, but
Yeah.
I keep my eyes out and like listen because if it is like that'd be cool for that want to go into that field or just to
Yeah.
see that happening.
Yeah, that would be interesting. And being in California as a whole, I'm from California. I grew up there.
Hmm.
But I don't live there any longer. And part of that is because of the cost of living out there is kind of tough.
Oh,
Um
I'm with you. I'm with you.
so yeah, but Florida is a lot more reasonable, and I think that there are so many people that are artists who like
Mhm.
Orlando is its own little miniature community. I mean, even just like,
Yeah.
celebrations, its own little community of people who are Disney
Mhm.
lovers, really. And for instance, a couple of weeks ago, we interviewed Jason Ratner, who is a senior graphic designer for Loungefly, and he lives right in the Florida area, right near Disney.
Yeah.
But a lot of the other people we've interviewed live in Southern California or really close to Disneyland. So, that would be cool, though, I think, to have a little bit more opportunity for artists and people who are working in animation to be on either coast that they want to be. But
Mhm.
I am sure that working like directly in the actual studio that Walt opened up in Southern California would be pretty cool. Sure, that would be really, really cool.
Yeah, I only been there like at least 4 times, and like every time I stepped in, I'm like, this is it. This I
Yeah,
wanna, to have like some kind of work, for myself to collaborate with them. So
yeah, yeah,
hopefully someday, I would say it will happen, but someday.
yeah, yeah. I mean, either way, as long as
I just have
you're
to keep
living your
going.
dream, then that's
Yeah.
good. So tell me about on I saw recently that you said that you rode Tron 7 times.
Yes.
Um, that's cool. A lot of us
So
haven't even been able to ride it yet, or even be there since it opened. How did you manage that? And also, how is it?
so of course there's like cast previews, and us cast members get the first, first dibs.
Yeah.
So I went by myself, and early in the morning, I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this. This is gonna be exciting for me. For
Hmm.
the first time, wow, that was great. Let me do it again. So I wrote it
Yeah.
like 2 more times. Then after that, I was like, I'm hungry. Let me step out
Hmm.
of the Magic Kingdom and give me something to eat.
Hmm.
Then after I ate, I was like, I don't think I'll, hop on it because it's pretty fast. It's pretty
Yeah.
fast,
Yeah.
and I don't know if my stomach can handle it. So I was like, all right,
Sure.
let me just take a chill pill, come back here with my girlfriend. And my girlfriend is a cast member too, so
Okay.
she had another preview for hers, and I was the guest for her. So
Gee.
I had to word it 4 more times.
This wasn't all in one day, was it?
No, it's 2 separate days,
Okay. Well,
two separate
still two
days.
separate days. That's a lot
Yeah.
of Tron to take in. That's
Yes.
pretty cool. Is it, I mean, I'm this is a stupid question, but is it great? I mean, is it as good as
It-
it
it's
looks?
it's great. Well, for me, um, I like Guardians, then Tron,
Yeah.
then Test
Okay.
Track.
Hmm.
That's my list right there.
So you like
I
fast
love
rides?
Guardians. Yes, I love Fast
Cool.
Rides.
I rode Guardians Cosmic Rewind for the first time in October, and I loved it. I thought it was a lot of fun. Um, yeah, it was great. I mean, it was a great ride. Yeah,
My favorite part during Guardians is when you go around the moon.
yeah,
You feel like
yeah,
all that G4. I love that part.
yeah. I got a lot of sort of warning from people and friends of mine who go to Disney a lot that have said that
Uh-huh.
it'll make you feel sick or lightheaded. I didn't get that at all. I actually felt
I
great
think
on it.
well,
So
it's that one ride next to it. I forgot what it's called. It's like you spin around and you
Mission
just sit in
Space.
a chair. Yes,
Yeah, I love
that
that
get me
ride.
sick.
See, I
That
love
get me
that ride.
sick.
Yeah, it's like orange or nothing for me on that one. Um, yeah, it's cool. When I rode Guardians, the guy sitting next to me, I was just trying to make conversation, which was a bad idea. And I said, "Hey, is it your first time riding this? Because a lot of people within the first year of a ride opening, it might be their first time." He's
Yeah.
like, "Oh no, I've ridden like 40 times." And I'm like, "Well, okay, good for you. This is my first time, so no spoilers, no nothing." He's like, "You'll like it." I'm like, I know I'll like it. I'll be fine. I know how to enjoy rides. That's
It's
cool.
a
Did
great
you
ride.
so with Tron, did you ride it at night? Because I feel like that's the only time to ride it, or at least when I went.
It's all daytime. I knew how packed it's going to be towards the
Yeah.
nighttime because all the lights and stuff. So
Hmm.
I only rode it in the daytime only. But I
Okay.
need to though. I need to for sure.
Yeah, it's almost like going to Pandora at night. It's a totally different vibe, and
Yes.
it's still great during the day, but nighttime is like a whole kind of
Hmm.
kind of different thing. Well, that's really cool. Going back to art for just a few minutes here. Do
Yeah.
you have? Is there a piece that you've done that's like your specifically like your favorite? art piece that you've produced?
Disney or non-Disney?
I don't care. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay. So there, I don't have it pinned up on my Instagram, but
Hmm.
there's a piece that I'm always gonna remember is my Jamba Juice mural that I did for them in North Hollywood.
Oh, so this was like an actual mural that went up in Jamba Juice.
Yes,
Wow.
yes, it's still there. So it been up there since 8 years. It's up there. It's still
Oh,
up there.
that's cool.
Um, that was my first mural, and that's pretty much where it all started. Once I moved out in California,
Wow.
so yeah, that's always gonna be like my top.
Yeah, that's
Yo,
cool. That's really cool. It's a surreal feeling to see your artwork be, prominently displayed somewhere.
mm-hmm,
One of the things that I've talked about with some of our other artist guests was that so often you don't, when you see artwork, when you see something that's just for the community, to kind of
mm-hmm,
consume as a collective, like a mural, like a Loungefly bag or something like
yeah,
that, you never really think about who designed it. It's just sort of like
yeah,
it's sort of there to be an aesthetic addition to wherever you're doing,
yeah,
or whatever shop that you're in at the time. But when you kind of know the person who's done the art, it really adds this personal touch to it. And then for you,
yeah,
as the artist, that pride and sort of like sense of accomplishment that you get, when you think
mm-hmm,
about that, and all these people that see it, even if they don't recognize Gabriel as the artist, they're still going to see it, and it makes an impact. So
mm-hmm,
that's real. I can understand why that would be something you're most proud of. That's
yeah.
really
And it's
that's
only
really
right down the
cool.
street from Disney Studios, so it's
There
like
you go.
plus like if anybody want to check it out in California, it's right down the street.
Yeah, go get a Jamba Juice. Yeah, why not? Man, I haven't had one of those in a very long time.
Me too, man. It's been a while since I, moved away from over
Yeah,
there.
right. Well, that's really cool. So one of the only other things about like the art and stuff is, I don't know if I asked this because I was just like getting so ahead of myself and excited, but tell me, like, what does a sketch artist actually do? Like, what are some of is it just, are you just doing those animation experiences? Are you like doing things for
Just the
design, or what does
animation.
that look like?
So, like it's just teaching the classes how to draw Disney characters. But if
Mhm.
any ideas come up, like if you want to bring a new character into the rotation list,
Right.
we had to make up like the guidelines and stuff. But like it's pretty much that. It's like nothing else
Okay.
but drawing the Disney characters and teaching the people and like learning the animal facts because it's all animal based. So we gotta pretty much
Right.
learn what they eat and stuff. So it's like pretty much like homework every day and teaching it.
Yeah. I mean, there's no such thing as a free lunch, so I guess you got to learn
Hmm.
while you're at it. That's awesome. Very, very cool. Let's pivot a little bit. One of the things that we like to ask our guests when they're on this show is some things about Disney parks. And it seems like, you having been to both parks and spent time in each of them, and we may have covered
Yeah,
this, but I'm going to ask you, what's your favorite Disney ride?
constant rewind.
Cosmic Rewind. Okay, yeah, that's what I figured
Constant
because you
rewind.
mentioned it. I just
Yeah.
wanted to. That's cool.
Besides that, like besides the fast roller coasters, I really love dinosaur.
Hmm.
Dinosaur ride is
Yeah,
cool at Animal Kingdom. Um Haunted Mansion at Magic Kingdom.
yeah,
I love that. That's pretty cool. That's probably it. But like, yeah, this like I love Tron. I
yeah.
love Cosmic Rewind. I love Test Track.
It seems like
Eh,
you're into like the
Oh
really
yeah.
fast rides.
Oh yeah. One last thing. One last thing.
Mm.
The Skyline. I know it's not no ride, but the Skyline.
Yeah, yeah,
Is,
yeah.
that's a ride, right?
It's a mode of transportation. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
theme.
I
It's
love
themed
just riding up
transportation.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah, to
that's
see
awesome.
everything on the bottom. That's pretty cool. And I love the
Yeah,
water parks, the Blizzard Beach water parks, slides. It's really awesome.
we've never been to the water parks before. Shame on
What?
us, but yeah, I know. It's just I'm not really a big water park fan personally.
Hmm.
So every time we've gone, I just haven't really
Okay.
had a big interest in going. But
So you probably would like Typhoon, right?
I mean,
Typhoon is like a big old wave pool. Like that's over your head is like smack you in the
Oh no, no,
face.
hang on. Let me rephrase all of this. I like water slides.
Okay, okay.
I don't like being with a bunch of other people in their bathing suits with no shoes on.
Oh, okay,
That makes me
okay.
feel uncomfortable. I don't prefer
Hmm.
it. Yeah, it makes me feel very uncomfortable to be in a
Yeah,
swimsuit around a bunch of people,
yeah.
all like marinating in the same water. I don't like
Yeah.
it. But since we review parks and mostly Disney stuff, I feel like we probably got to go eventually. But the
Hmm.
Skyliners, I mean,
Just one time.
that's a good pull. We recently we stayed in the Caribbean beach in the I want to say it was the Jamaica area, or no, maybe it was
Ooh,
Aruba. And so we were really close to the Skyliner, kind of near the Riviera resort,
yeah.
like within, I
Beautiful
mean,
place.
it was like a 30-second walk for me to get from our hotel room to the Skyliner entrance. And so when Paige would sometimes be getting ready in the morning or during her thing, or if I got my daughter dressed and we're kind of ready to go, I would just be like, I'm just gonna take, our kid over to the Skyliner. We'd ride it a couple times. We'd ride it over to Epcot, come back,
Hmm.
ride it over to Hollywood Studios, do the transfers. It's great. I mean, it really is a very fun thing. I like to be able to kind of see all the main staples of each park
Yeah.
from it. You can see the castle on Everest and
Wow.
all that. It's really cool.
Yeah, I haven't been over the Caribbean resort yet. I need to
Mhm.
check that out for sure. But
It's
I've been to
cool.
like the other ones. It always hit me like, dang, I'm actually here. Like I never knew this ever existed. Like it still
Yeah.
hits me like every time. Like this is it.
So was moving out to Florida for work, was that your first encounter with Disney World or no?
Yes.
It was.
So
Okay.
it's all brand new to me.
Yeah.
I had no family down here. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I was like, Disney called for me. I had to go.
Yeah, you gotta that's like the story of every Disney film. When you get the call, you gotta go to it.
Yeah.
Cool. I went for the first time as an adult myself, so I never had experienced Disney World until I was
Hmm.
married. Disneyland was always kind of my home park that I grew up going to, so that's cool. Speaking of parks, so do you have a favorite a favorite park out of all six in the United States, or if you've been to any outside of the country?
Well, Cedar Point, in Ohio.
We're ta- we're
That's my
talking we're
child.
we're talking Disney.
Disney.
Yeah,
Okay,
Disney
Disney.
park. Sorry,
All
I
right.
should have
I did
Cedar
Disney.
Point. Fantastic. Sorry, I should have been more
Yes.
clear.
Sorry. All right. Well, Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom got
Okay.
great food. The rides are great.
Hmm.
Everest. Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot Everest. Everest.
Hmm.
Dinosaur. Even the shows like the Lion King show. I love that. Oh, and just to see the animals like on the safari. That's even
Right.
like a different every time you step on the truck. So
Yeah.
I love Animal Kingdom.
Man, it's a shame that Paige isn't able to be here for this one because I would just leave and let you guys hash it out about Animal Kingdom.
I love
Uh,
cheetahs, by the way. So if I
yeah,
see a cheetah, I
yeah.
go crazy.
Flight of Passage is Paige's favorite ride. We every time we go to Animal Kingdom, we're on Kilimanjaro safaris, at least
Hmm.
twice, maybe more. She just it's her favorite place. So, and
It's the
actually,
slow season too, so
yeah,
I'm pretty much sure you just hop on like three times or so, and
yeah.
you're good.
We like to do like a morning ride and then a night ride because it feels like the animals are all sort of doing different things, whether depending on whether it's the morning or the nighttime. Um, yeah, cool. That's awesome. It's a great park. I think it's a little underrated, and I do think a lot of people
It's
overlook it.
very underrated, man. And lots of people don't know about the animation experience. That's um because since it's like far away, you got to like take a train to get there.
Right? Yeah.
Um, so it's a very underrated place, man. So
Yeah. Well, we gotta
hopefully
get
you get
people out there
the
to see you.
yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully you get the enough exposure, enough like Magic Kingdom one day.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's ever going to be Magic Kingdom level, but that would be great. Maybe if they do like a food and wine festival in Animal Kingdom, that would
Yeah,
really kick things off.
or maybe a little Black Panther theme or something.
That would be cool.
Wakanda, a
Yeah,
little
that would be
Wakanda world.
that'd be pretty sweet. I do know that according to the Disney the big D23 Expo this last year, I don't know
Mhm.
if you heard about this or saw it, but they are adding a new Zootopia area.
Yes,
to
I have
Animal
seen that.
Kingdom. They're adding a Moana area, which is going to be fantastic. And I think there was something else, but it's kind of I forget. But I do know that those two things are coming. But yeah, Black Panther area would be
Yep.
very, very cool. Unfortunately, there's a lot of weird rules about
Oh
uh,
yeah.
Marvel IP in Florida because of the fact that Universal Studios owns a lot of that IP in Islands of Adventure.
Sadly.
So the MCU, unfortunately, um, is unable to kind of step too far in there, except for Guardians of the Galaxy, because that was such a it was a franchise no one really cared about until James Gunn got his hands on it and made a film.
Hmm.
And Universal didn't have it, so good for them.
Yep.
Well, very cool. What's to kind of wrap up the Disney talk here? What's your favorite Disney film?
Disney film. Ooh, that's a tough one, man. That's a I got so many.
Well, keep
My
in
number
mind it could
one
be
though,
like Pixar. I don't even care if you do like Star Wars or Marvel or
I love
whatever.
Cusco. I love Cusco. That's like my first Disney
Yeah, there
film,
you go.
so
Okay. The
Cusco
Emperor's
had to
New
be my
Groove.
number
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Speaking of a movie I haven't seen in a long time, I haven't. I don't remember the
Hold on.
last time I
Well,
saw that film.
I think it's one. Do we have it? No, we got the other. Oh, yes, we do.
He's gone off to go look for
Right,
artwork. So,
right here.
oh, hello. Yeah, he pulled out.
Look
He
at this.
pulled
Do
out
you
the
remember this?
VHS. Yeah, I remember that. Sure. That's funny. Oh man, I used to have. That was one that I had on VHS as well. Do you have a
So this
VHS
always,
player or?
yeah, we do. That
Right
always
on.
be my number one. My number one.
Okay, well that I mean, if I feel like if you have a VHS of The Emperor's New Groove, I believe you. I believe you wholeheartedly that that is your favorite Disney film. Um, and shockingly, like zero representation of that film in the parks, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, maybe they
Only a
need to
little
change that.
merchandise. Only a little merchandise here and there when I see guests wearing like Cusco's like shirt,
Yeah,
but
right.
just very little.
Maybe you could do that would be a fun thing to draw is to do the llama and maybe the squirrel, from the film or whatever. That'd be
Yep.
kind of fun.
I gotta pitch that to my merchandise
Do it,
friends
yeah. Tell them,
one
be like,
day.
hey, for the sketch, maybe we could do that. That'd be fun.
Hmm.
Okay, so is there anything that you would like to promote that you're doing right now? I know that obviously you're doing the art experience, which is great, the academy there.
Yeah.
But is there anything personally you're doing, any projects or anything that we should know about or that our listeners should hear?
Um, as of right now, I pretty much don't have nothing going on. Just just keep working on my portfolio off like social media, like doing other drawings and stuff.
Yeah.
But I really don't. I mean, I reached 300 subs on my YouTube channel.
Hey,
You
there
want to
you
say
go.
that? Yeah.
We'll link to
So
it. Yeah, we'll
my you.
definitely link to that on our show notes. What do you do on YouTube? What's going on there?
So I pretty much just do like Disney vlogs and pretty much gaming on there, but mostly
Okay,
Disney vlogs.
cool.
Shorts show like what I'm like experiencing. Hopefully that could inspire somebody to come on by and like check it out for themselves.
That's sweet. Yeah, I love that. Very, very cool. We'll connect afterwards and make sure that I have
Yeah.
everything checked off that you want to promote and have me link up. But yeah, people can find you on Instagram over at GV_arts with a Z. And yeah, we'll make sure that people can find you on there. We'll get your all your stuff out there. So very cool. Well, listen, this has been a really good time. I've really enjoyed talking to you. Again, I'm sorry that Paige wasn't able to make it on this
No, it's
episode, but
okay.
didn't want to cancel. So I'm glad that you and I could do this. Yeah, Gabriel, it's been a lot of fun to have you on the show. I'm really
I'm
glad you've
glad
been
to
with
be here,
us
man.
and help us close out our artist spotlight series. To us, it's super
Yay!
important, to highlight all kinds of artists. So we're really glad that we're able to get you on here.
Definitely
So
honored, man. This is definitely a special moment, man.
I'm glad.
this gonna this gonna be legendary one day.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. When you're like when you are like a famous Disney artist, we'll be like you heard him here first. All right, man. Well, thank you so much. We'll chat
Thank
soon.
you. All right, see ya.